Operation Finale is a 2018 American historical drama thriller film directed by Chris Weitz from a screenplay by Matthew Orton about a 1960 clandestine operation by Israeli commandos to capture former SS officer Adolf Eichmann and transport him to Jerusalem for trial on charges of crimes against humanity. The film stars Oscar Isaac, who also produced, as the Mossad officer Peter Malkin, and Ben Kingsley as Eichmann, with Lior Raz, Melanie Laurent, Nick Kroll, and Haley Lou Richardson. Several source materials, including Eichmann in My Hands, by Peter Malkin and Harry Stein, provided the basis for the story. 3. The film was theatrically released in the United States on August 29, 2018, by Metro-Goldwyn-Mayer through their joint venture with Annapurna Pictures, now called United Artists Releasing, and received mixed reviews from critics.
Plot.
After World War II ends, Holocaust perpetrator Adolf Eichmann disappears. Other leaders of Nazi Germany take their own lives to avoid facing trials for war crimes. In 1954, Mossad agent Peter Malkin mistakenly kills the wrong person while hunting a Nazi war criminal in Austria, damaging his reputation. In Buenos Aires, Argentina, in 1960, Sylvia Hermann begins courting the son of Adolf Eichmann, Klaus. At dinner with her German-Jewish father, Lothar, Klaus openly speaks negatively about Jews and claims his father died in the war. Lothar grows suspicious and passes his name along to Mossad in Tel Aviv, Israel. Field agent Zvi Aharoni is dispatched in Buenos Aires to gather intelligence. Klaus takes Sylvia to a meeting, which turns out to be a Nazi revival led by Carlos Fuldner, which Eichmann also attends. Sylvia abruptly leaves after the guests erupt in a Sieg Heil chant. Now working in coordination with Mossad, Sylvia meets the Eichmann family at their home under the guise of reconciling with Klaus. An argument between her and Klaus causes Eichmann, living under the name Ricardo Clement and claiming to be Klaus's uncle, to intervene. Klaus accidentally refers to him as his father, and Eichmann is subsequently photographed by a Mossad agent. Eichmann notices the operative taking his photo and sketches him. The Mossad team uses the evidence from the meeting to confirm Eichmann's identity and plan his capture. They intend to disguise themselves as an El Al Air crew and fly him out while he is sedated. Peter and his ex-girlfriend Hannah, a doctor, are brought onto the team with her role to keep Eichmann sedated during their travels. The team coordinates and captures Eichmann outside of his home. While his family and friends try to discern if his disappearance is due to someone discovering his true identity, Eichmann admits his identity to his captors. Meanwhile, the agents learn their return flight has been delayed by 10 days. Furthermore, they are informed the airline will not agree to transport Eichmann unless he signs an affidavit stating he will willingly go to Israel. He refuses to sign because he does not believe he will get a fair trial. The team's interrogator is not able to get through to Eichmann, and tensions rise among the team. Some wish to outright kill Eichmann. Peter eventually obtains the signature after sharing his personal story of the loss of his sister Fruma and her 3 young children to the Holocaust, and listening to Eichmann's story about being ignorant of the actual killing of the Jews, claiming his job was focused exclusively on logistics and he was just following orders. During the plane's delay, and while they await Eichmann's capitulation, Klaus and the Argentine police increasingly investigate Eichmann's disappearance, distributing the sketch of the operative to the public. After using US dollars instead of Argentine pesos, one of Mossad's local contacts is captured and tortured until she reveals the location of the safe house. As the Mossad team prepare to leave, Eichmann drops his polite facade and tells Peter a horrific story of watching 5,000 Jews murdered in a pit by the Einsatzgruppen, cruelly wondering aloud if one of them, a woman who had begged Eichmann to save her infant, was Peter's sister. With the Nazis and police bearing down on them, the rest of the team is forced to drastically alter their escape plan, resulting in 2 operatives having to be left behind. The police also confiscate the plane's landing permits, grounding it. Peter hand-delivers a copy of the permit to air traffic control and, seeing the police closing in, orders the plane to take off without him. In Israel, all the operatives reunite at Eichmann's trial, which was televised globally. In the epilogue, it is revealed that Eichmann is found guilty and hanged in 1962. Testimony in the trial from survivors of the Nazi death machine was the first time the world heard directly from them. Peter has a successful career and long life, dying in 2005.
Cast:
Oscar Isaac as Peter Malkin, Ben Kingsley as Adolf Eichmann, Melanie Laurent as Hannah Elian, based on Yona Elian, Lior Raz as Isser Harel, Nick Kroll as Rafi Tion, Michael Aronov as Zvi Aharoni, Haley Lou Richardson as Sylvia Hermann, Joe Alwyn as Klaus Eichmann, Michael Benjamin Hernandez as Danny Shalom, Greg Hill as Moshe Tabor, Ohad Noller as Ephraim Ilian, Torben Liebrecht as Yaakov Gat, Simon Russell Beale as David Ben-Gurion, Pepe Rapazote as Carlos Fuldner, Greta Scacchi as Vera Eichmann, Peter Strauss as Lothar Hermann.
Production.
On November 16, 2015, it was announced that Metro-Goldwyn-Mayer had bought an untitled spec script from Matthew Orton about the team who found and captured Adolf Eichmann. Brian Kavanaugh-Jones co-produced the film through his production company Automatic. On February 24, 2016, Chris Weitz was reported as being in talks to direct the film. 5. A deal was struck in March 2017 that saw Oscar Isaac co-produce and star in the film, taking on the role of Peter Malkin. Chris Weitz was set as director. 6. In June, Ben Kingsley was cast as Adolf Eichmann. 7. In August, Lior Raz joined the production. 8. And in September, Melanie Laurent, Nick Kroll, Joe Alwyn, Michael Aronov, and Haley Lou Richardson were cast, with filming to begin in Argentina on October 1. 9, 10, 11, 12. The cast was rounded out on October 12, and filming was underway in Argentina. 13. Peter Strauss also joined the cast on November 30. 14. 15. A clip from the 1959 Douglas Sirk film Imitation of Life featuring actress Susan Kohner is featured near the beginning of this film. Kohner is the mother of this film's director Chris Weitz. 16. Release. Operation Finale was originally scheduled to be released on September 14, 2018. However, in July 2018, the film was moved up to August 29, 2018 in the U.S., due to high test screening scores and to avoid the crowded September field. 17. The film was released outside of the United States on October 3, 2018 by Netflix and later added to Netflix US in February 2021. 18. The film was released on Blu-ray and digital HD on December 4, 2018 by Universal Pictures Home Entertainment. 19. Reception. Box office. In the United States, Operation Finale was projected to gross $8 to $10 million from 1,810 theaters during its 4-day Labor Day opening weekend. The film made $1 million on its first day and $725,891 on its second. It went on to gross $6 million over Friday to Sunday, for a 4-day weekend total of $7.8 million and a 6-day total of $9.5 million, finishing 5th at the box office. 20. In its second weekend, the film dropped 50% to $3 million, finishing 8th.